Hi everyone. Today I'll be presenting antimatter. But first, what if there was a parallel universe, say, that um, was completely made out of antimatter? Their antimatter would be our ordinary matter. That is, well, you'll see. So first of all, what is antimatter? Antimatter is basically the twin of almost all the subatomic particles that make up our universe. That is basically um, matter in any state that is made up of protons, electrons, neutrons, neutrinos, and more. Neutrinos are basically um, they are the most abundant particles that have mass, but nobody has been able to measure the mass. It's very, very, very less. And of course, they are neutral, it's in the name. So they are produced like every time um, there's fission or fusion, that is nuclear fission or fusion, neutrinos are produced. And even a banana emits neutrinos. Okay, so it comes from the potassium that is radioactive in the fruit. So let's go back to the topic. Antimatter, these antimatter particles that have been discovered can combine to form anti-atoms, and even in principle regions of antimatter, like completely antimatter in our universe. So as you can see in the picture, in regular matter the protons are positive, okay, and the electrons are negative. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. And in antimatter it's exactly the opposite. So instead of a proton, we have an antiproton, which is its equivalent, but this one has a negative charge. And instead of electrons, we have positrons. Positrons are positive, which are the antimatter equivalents of electrons. So scientists haven't seen antimatter regions in our universe, but they have created huge amounts of antiparticles in particle accelerators. Okay. And when they did this, it was possible to create anti elements and anti atoms. We also know about antimatter from the antiparticles that cosmic ray collisions create. Sometimes radioactivity also produces antimatter. But first, this is like one of the biggest mysteries about antimatter. Why isn't it everywhere? Okay. One of the reasons, the main reason that antimatter has been studied is because physicists think that it could tell us something about how the universe was formed or something about the fundamental nature of the universe. When matter and antimatter meet, they annihilate each other, releasing energy. So, scientific theories predicted that the Big Bang should have created the same amount of matter and antimatter. But if that was so, then how would we exist, right? So, physicists now believe that there was one extra matter particle for every billion matter antimatter pairs. Imagine how many there would have been if it was possible to create almost the whole universe from just this one extra matter particle for every billion matter antimatter pairs. So I wanted to actually do this after Avirup had presented, because then you guys would know more about dark matter. But either ways, the difference between antimatter and dark matter. Antimatter, its existence has been proved with the help of particle accelerators. But dark matter, it while its existence has not been proved, it is a very important part of our understanding of nature, from the most fundamental particles to the origins and evolution of the universe. Antimatter interacts with and annihilates ordinary matter, but dark matter interacts um, almost very barely or doesn't interact at all with ordinary matter. So let's get some facts straight. Ordinary bananas, the bananas we eat every day, they release a positron about every 75 minutes. The positron is the antimatter equivalent of an electron. Neutrinos may be their own antiparticles as they don't have a charge. A matter particle and its antimatter equivalent carry opposite charges, which is what makes them easy to distinguish. While antimatter doesn't have a definite use as of now, it has been theorized that it would be a powerful fuel for interstellar travel. That is basically travel between stars and stuff. But of course, we are not at all close to achieving that right now. And it is the most expensive substance in the world. It sells at 62.5 trillion US dollars per gram. Imagine paying that much for 1 gram of something you cannot even use. So, thank you.